Good morning, welcome back to another weekly vlog. It is Saturday morning. We are up at the crack of dawn. It is just gone 8 AM. We are going to do a park run this morning. We're meeting a couple of our friends and we're going to go and do a 5k park run at 9 o'clock. So I will film some of that maybe. And then we're going to decorate the office this weekend, or hopefully as much of it as we can. We're not probably going to get a lot done. I've also got an appointment at the jeweller's because I've broken my engagement ring again. And then tomorrow we're going to see my in-laws for an Indian. So spend the weekend with us. We're going to go and do a 5k. I'm just about to drink my electrolyte and then we will probably get on the road. Okay, we have got back from our park run. I didn't film any of it because I was struggling severely to even run it. I think I did it in about 38 minutes, but I am waiting for our official time. Now I'm gonna make some egg on toast, having a coffee, and then I'm gonna empty the office out ready to decorate it. So let's make some egg on toast. That's so nice, just not like a takeaway. Huh? New year, new me. She's an athlete now. So we put your toast in?
Yeah.
2 bits, yeah? Here's my breakfast. Okay, today's vlog is actually supposed to be a decorating vlog. So I'm decorating the office today. So I'm about to clear everything out. So let me just show you what the before looks like so I can show you what the after looks like. The vibes are gentleman's cigar club. I just want it to be really dark and moody in here. Now, I very rarely use this office, I'm not gonna lie. If I do work from home, I either work from the dining room table or I work from the sofa because I just like to be comfy when I'm working from home. But Tom, when he works from home, he works in here and he also has his PlayStation set up in here. So this is like more of his space really. So I wanted to make it quite manly and masculine. And the rest of the house is quite like neutral earthy tones, so I wanted to do something a little bit different in here. So let me show you the before. I'll show you the paint that we've chosen because I have actually got some swatches on here from Coat, which is where we've got the paint from. So we're actually going for, let me show you. So these were the options. Let me just shine the light so you can actually see what they're like in different lights. This is obviously with no light, just like daylight. And then this is with a bit of artificial lights. This is probably what it's going to look like when the light's on. So we're actually going for this one here, which looks very brown in this camera, but in real life it's a bit more, it is brown, but it's a bit more subtle, but it looks very chocolate here, which is actually not. So this is the colour that we've gone for. It's called Sheldon from Coat. And we're actually going to colour drench. I say we, I'm actually going to colour drench this room. So we are literally painting everything. We are painting the walls, we are painting the woodwork, we are painting the ceiling, we're painting all the skirtings, we're painting the radiator, we're painting everything. So I've got normal matte paint for the walls and ceilings, and then I've got a gloss in that colour for the woodwork and the radiator. I'm going to paint the inside of the door, everything, okay? So I need to clear this room up, but first let me show you what it looks like now. Okay, so here is Tom's desk currently. These need to go up into the loft. They're just our 2 suitcases that we haven't put away from our weekend away. So they will go up into the loft. So this is the room at the moment. I did have a second desk in this space here, but I sold it because, like I said, I never sit at it. And I've actually bought a sideboard that's downstairs that I need to put together once I've decorated. I need to order a blind, but I'm waiting for some samples from blinds to arrive before I choose the colour, because I just want to make sure it's going to match, obviously, the colour that we've chosen. So we've just got a big blank wall, and then here we've got all of our artwork up, which I'm going to keep in that position. And I need to get a new light. And this is the carpet, just like this Hessian-ish type neutral carpet, really. So I've got about half an hour until I need to be at an appointment for my engagement ring. I think I mentioned it already, but I cracked the ring. I've cracked the stone in my engagement ring, so I'm going to go and speak to the jewellers who made it and just inquire about having a different stone put in that's a bit more sturdy, because this is such a soft stone. I am just going to have to keep replacing it, and I've had the ring now for like 3 years, and this will be the second time that I've had to replace the stone. So logistically, that's just not going to be doable for the whole lifespan of me wearing this ring. So I've got about half an hour before I need to be at that appointment. So I'm going to try and empty this room in half an hour so that when I get back, I can just start painting. And I'm so excited to see this colour on the wall, I'm not going to lie to you. So let me clear this room. Okay, everything is out of this room now. I just need to peel these off the wall. And then we are good to go. I'm going to pop out to my appointment now. And Tom is going to sheet up everything for me so that when I get back I can just crack on. I've just stopped for some food, so I thought I would check in and show you my progress. It's 3 o'clock. We're both starving because obviously we did our park run this morning, and then I had egg on toast, but obviously we did a lot of calories this morning, so we're both starving. So Thomas made me a bacon sandwich, and we're going to make homemade pizzas for dinner. I have made such good progress in this room. I've painted all the walls, and I've made a start on the ceiling. It doesn't look like it needs 2 coats, but I am going to do 2 coats because I just want it to be nice and even. And then I can start on the woodwork. It just feels so, like, I don't know, with the ceiling being painted, it feels really like cozy already, but I love it. We've got a black pendant somewhere. We can't find it at the moment, but I know it's in here somewhere. So we're going to replace the light in here with a black pendant. It's just a white one at the moment. And I've ordered one of these like ceiling razors to stick on the ceiling, and we'll paint over that in the same brown. And the ceiling rose will just hang out the bottom of it, and I just need to get a nice like lampshade. I've just finished, well not just, but a couple of hours ago finished an audiobook that I've been listening to for, it was 20 hours long, but I listened to it on 1.2 speed, so it took me like 16 something hours. Lady Killer by Martina Cole. It was a good book, the story was good, but I've made a TikTok to review it and just said like so many trigger warnings. Like racism, abuse, like lots of trigger warnings. I didn't really like that part of it, but the story itself was really good. A bit too long for me, but it was good. It's one in a series. I'm not sure if I'm going to read anything else of hers. I was saying I have got one on the bookshelf downstairs that I will read just because I have it, but then I don't think I'll pick anything else up from her unless I really enjoy the next one. I'm just not sure on her style of writing, like the things she's put in her book. I'm just a bit like, oh, like I know it was written a long time ago, but it's not appropriate for this day and age. Now I'm just listening to a free one that I've downloaded because I haven't got any credits left on Audible, and it's called The Married Man by K.L. Slater. I like K.L. Slater. She's very much, or he's very much, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, Freedom McFadden vibes. I think it's basically about a man and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend. They fake his death for his life insurance policy, and I'm not sure why yet. And then she finds out so many years later that he's actually remarried and got another family, and that wasn't part of the plan. So I'm not sure if they were supposed to reunite years and years later. But at the moment it's flicking between when he's faked his death and 10 years later. Very good though. What do you think of the colour? It looks so different on camera than it does in real life. It's like a brown, but not like a rich chocolate brown. It's like a flat clay brown. Okay, I am stopping for the day. It is 37 minutes past 5 and I have made great progress today. I've painted all the walls twice, so all the walls are done, and the ceiling is done. So all like the biggest surfaces are done now, I would say. And then I did start to do all the gloss work. So I've painted a first coat on the radiator. If you can see, I've painted a first coat on the radiator in gloss and a first coat on the window sill in gloss. This is what the rest of the room looks like. Very nice. And then I started to do the door. So I've done like a first coat-ish on the door and the frame. But I need tape, which we don't have, so we're going to go out, or Tom's just going to go out and get some now so that I've got it for the morning. So that I can do the skirt ends, because I'm just so concerned about our carpet, because our carpet is super light. I've pretty much done everything that I can do today. So tomorrow I just need to do like a second coat on like the door, the radiator and the windowsill, and I need to completely paint the skirt ends, which won't take me too long at all. It should just take me a couple of hours. And then it's done. Like, I'm so proud. I think it looks so cool. So then the next things we need to do is, so I've ordered the ceiling rose, which I think I showed you earlier. So that should be coming tomorrow. Next weekend we'll be able to finish it off. We'll do the stick the ceiling rose up and paint that, and change the pendant to the black one. And then I need to choose, which I'll show you in a minute once I've had a shower and go downstairs. I need to choose a blind. I've had some blind swatches delivered, so I need to choose a blind for in here. We've got furniture downstairs that needs to be built, like a sideboard, black sideboard. So we'll build the sideboard next weekend and put the desk back in. I need to order a lamp because Tom wants a lamp in here because he doesn't always want to have the big light on. We're little light people in this house. And then that'll pretty much be it. I am going to get like a shelf, like a bookshelf, to go up on the wall. Obviously I've already got my paintings that go on this wall. So I just want to order like, it's a 2-tier like bookshelf, black bookshelf that you just screw into the wall. It's only a little one that will hold like maybe like 12 books or something like that. But I just thought it would be nice for Tom to have all of his books up in the office basically, because this is going to be his room. And we just want more space to hold books really, because they're not all going to fit downstairs. We are running out of space. So yeah, it's going to be quite minimalistic in here really. Just a sideboard with a few little bits and bobs on, like a lamp. But the cupboards will obviously be stored with everything. His desk with all of his work stuff and his PlayStation on. And then just some little pictures on one wall and a shelf with some books on. It will just be so nice in here once we've got like the blind, and I need to choose a lampshade and just bits like that. So very exciting. Let me show you the state of the room. Ignore, but let me show you what the room looks like so far, how much I've got done today, because I'm very proud. So here is the room. Obviously I haven't touched the skirtings because I'm too scared to paint them. without any tape down on the floor. But I've done all the walls, and I just need to be careful where I'm treading. And the ceiling, obviously I didn't paint right up to the light because we're going to have a big ceiling raise that's going to cover that anyway. So all the walls are done. I'm really happy with it actually. Obviously first coat on the radiator, first coat on the windowsill. As you can see, it's very patchy. And then first coat done around the door. I do just need to do that inside bit here that's still white. I just needed a smaller paintbrush. And I've done a first coat on the door. So that's that. And yeah, so I just need to do the rest of the inside of the door, finish off round the skirting, and then that's it. What I'm thinking is obviously the blind will go up here. We're just having like a Venetian sort of like roller blind, one that kind of folds down. Have that change for a black pendant and have like a nice lampshade. And then here, so we're going to have the desk in this corner, sort of with looking out the window. And then the new sideboard we're going to have is going to go this side. Ignore that wire that's hanging out. I think it's an aerial, which we are just going to leave in case we ever want to use it. But it will just be hidden behind the sideboard. So the sideboard will go here. And then I was thinking to have the bookshelf on the wall up there. Or if it fits in that space, because it is quite narrow actually, it might fit in that space there. And then obviously all of our pictures will go back up on the wall here. So that's where we're at for the time being. So I'm going to tidy up all this crap that's on the floor now. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to tidy all of that up. My little hack for painting, probably not a hack, most people probably do this, but all your dirty used paintbrushes that I know I'm going to use again tomorrow, I'm not going to wash them, I'm just going to wrap them in cling film, and it keeps them moist, ready to use again tomorrow. Obviously I wouldn't leave them too long, but it just saves me washing them tonight and then washing them again tomorrow. So I'm going to wrap all of my paintbrushes and my rollers, I'll do the same. And then the actual trays that I'm using. So obviously we have these like sturdy plastic trays that we use, but we actually just buy inserts, these cheap inserts that then just go in the bin. So I'm just going to pour the rest of the paint, what's left in there, into the paint pot, and they can just go straight in the bin so they don't need to be washed. It's so handy. But because I've got this one here that's got the gloss in that I'm going to use again tomorrow, I'll just actually put this tray into a carrier bag and seal that all up, so that the paint in there will stay fresh and I can use it again tomorrow. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Tom's gone out, like I said, he's gone to B&Q to get some, like, is it called frog tape, that I can protect the edges of the carpet with tomorrow. And he's gone to the shop to buy dinner for tonight. We are going to make our own pizzas, so he's gone to get like wraps and pepperoni and stuff to make our own pizzas with, so we'll do that tonight. And either watch Ozark or watch a movie, it depends what we're in the mood for. I am fresh out the shower. I have literally scrubbed myself within an inch of its life. And I am pain free until tomorrow. But I realised that I didn't actually fill you in on my appointment after the jeweller, I don't think. So I thought I would just give you a little backstory. So obviously this is my engagement ring. It's a citrine ring. The ring itself was actually, the gold itself was actually my great nan's wedding ring. So when me and my now husband started talking about wanting to get married, I was speaking to my family about it. And my nan said, do not buy any gold because I've got you. And I was like, okay, yeah, that would be really nice actually. I would have that, whatever you've got, I would have made into an engagement ring, because that would be super lovely and sentimental. So literally then and there, she took off this ring that she was wearing, which was her mum's wedding band. And I remember we were at Nirvana Spa when we were talking about it, and she took the ring off and was like, have this. And I was like, oh my God, I literally remember that moment so vividly. So I basically knew that I wanted that to be made into my engagement ring. So when we started talking about getting engaged, we went to the jewellers, and I had said to Tom that obviously I wanted him to design my engagement ring, because I wanted it to be, I just wanted to give him that like control over what it kind of looked like in terms of the whole ring itself. But I kind of knew from early on that I didn't want a diamond engagement ring. Obviously, if he had this like idealistic thing that he wanted to propose with a diamond ring, you do you, boo. But I also wanted him to know that I didn't necessarily need a diamond, because one of my previous bosses had the most stunning engagement ring. It was like this big purple rock is the only thing I can describe it as. And I remember being in like meetings with her, and she would be like talking, and I would just be like looking at her ring like, one day I'm gonna have a ring like that. It was stunning, is the only way I can describe it. So I always had in my head that I was gonna have like a coloured stone engagement ring. So obviously when we went to the jewellers to like have a look at rings, I'd given him like a few options, like said, look, if a diamond is what you want, you go for it. But also these are some other options. So it was obviously purple, which was amethyst, and yellow, which was citrine. So I didn't actually see what my ring was going to look like or what he had chosen until he proposed. And obviously he had gone for citrine. And I kind of wish that they had like, and maybe they did, but obviously I wasn't there when he was doing all of his design appointments, but I kind of wish that they had like advised him a little bit more, or like given him a little bit more of an idea about what the longevity of this ring would be. So obviously they did say to him it's a very, very soft stone, so you are going to have it replaced. So if you want the sentimentality of like having the same stone that you proposed with, like you probably are going to have to replace this stone. And that was fine, because that's not like the sentimental value the stone doesn't hold the sentimental value for me. But I just wish that they had explained how often that would be, because he proposed like 2.5 years ago, maybe, I think it is, and it's broken twice now. So on average that's once a year, like, and it's costing us £100 a time to go and have the stone replaced and reset into the ring. So over my life I'm not going to be paying £100 a year to keep this ring on my finger. So obviously when it broke this week, I kind of just thought to myself, do we just buy the billet now and pay for a diamond, which is going to be so much more hard wearing and it's going to last the rest of my life. I know it's not the ring that he proposed with, or it's not the stone that he proposed with, but it isn't the stone that he proposed with anyway. That broke before we even got married. So obviously I went to my appointment today and just kind of said like the options for me are a diamond or a moissanite. And the lady that I spoke to at the jewellers said we don't recommend a moissanite. It will change over time. Like with a diamond, your diamond is your diamond and it will never change. But moissanites will change over time. I'm not sure how they change, but she just said we don't really deal with moissanite in this jewellers. We deal with diamonds and we get them from Hatton Garden. And I was like, okay, so let's talk price then. So she was like, what would you prefer, a lab grown or a mined diamond? And I said, lab grown for sure. One, because I know it's cheaper, and two, because I'm not having somebody out there mining a diamond that's going to end up on my finger, like. So she was like, I'll give you the price for both. So she obviously like looked at the size of the current stone, because it's going to have to match that, obviously size wise. So she was like, we can order you some diamonds in and you can come and choose them. But I was like, I just need to talk to my husband, because I just need to double check that like he's happy for me to kind of change the whole look of the ring that he proposed to me with. But sorry, I have just run out of memory on my SD card on my camera, so I've switched to my phone. But anyway, what I think I have decided to do is to sell my wedding shoes. So I had some designer wedding shoes that I absolutely love, but they don't hold any sentimental value to me anymore. Like, I just don't think about them at all. And when I think about the shoe now, I just don't think I'm ever going to wear them. They were perfect for my wedding day for so many reasons. But now they're just literally up in the loft. And I always thought to myself, keep them, because if you have a daughter one day, you can give her this lovely pair of designer shoes, or keep them because they might hold their, like, increase their value and you can sell them in the future. But actually, I think that if we sold those shoes, it would pay for the diamond and some, I think. And that's something that I'm going to wear on my finger every day. So Tom wants me to just really think about it before I decide to sell them. I'm going to go downstairs now because Tom's cooking us our dinner, so I'm going to go and give him a hand. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. We've just got out of bed basically. Well, we woke up at about 9:30, which is so late. But we obviously needed it, and my legs are in absolute bits today. I'm not gonna lie, it must be from that run yesterday, because I am feeling it today. And Tom came downstairs this morning and we left a candle burning all night, so that's just absolutely fantastic. But we've just written our shopping list because Tom's gonna go and do the food shop in a minute. I'm just having a coffee and then I'm gonna get back into my painting clothes from yesterday and just crack on with the painting. So I reckon we could get it finished this morning, or I could get it finished this morning before we go over to my in-laws for dinner. So it is, I don't think it's actually today, I think it's next week. It is my brother-in-law's birthday. So we're going over to my mother and father-in-law's this evening, and we're doing a curry night. So basically everyone just makes a curry and brings it, and then we all just try everyone's curries. It's just lovely. We do it every year for his birthday. It's always a curry. And yeah, so that's the plan for today. Last night we just made dinner. Well, Tom made dinner while I was like tidying up the office and having a shower. He made us homemade pizzas from like wraps and homemade chips, and then we sat and watched Ozark. We finished season 2 last night actually. It was really good. And we watched the first episode of season 3. And yeah, we just chilled. We had a little bit of dessert. We had some protein pancakes. And then we went to bed at like 10:30, which was quite late for us actually. So yeah, it was just a chilled one last night. I actually edited most of this vlog that I've already filmed, because I knew we were going to be out today, so I wasn't going to have time to do a lot. So it means tonight when I get in, I just edit the last of what we do today, and it can be uploaded hopefully this evening. I just need to like get ahead of myself somehow, because I'd like to be posting Sunday morning, but obviously where I'm filming the weekend and posting it on the weekend that I'm filming, it's not quite working out. I don't know what my plans are for this week. Let's have a look. What's the date today? It's the 11th. So this week, I've got my Botox being done on Thursday, which I'm in desperate need of. No shade to anybody that has forehead wrinkles. And then on Friday, I'm actually having acupuncture done. And then we're going to go to the cinema and watch the new Avatar movie, which I'm so excited for. We went to the cinema to see the last one that came out a few years ago. And it was literally the day after we'd got back from Australia. And we were trying to stay awake. And the night we got back from Australia, we ordered a Chinese takeaway. And then I think Tom actually got food poisoning from it. And he was severely unwell the next day. We went to the cinema anyway because we'd booked tickets. And we had to leave early. We had to leave the cinema halfway through because he was so ill. So that was fun. I always think of that whenever I think of Avatar now. So that's next weekend on Friday. And then we don't have any plans on Saturday. So if I haven't managed to get the office finished this weekend, then that's what I'll be doing on Saturday. I'm hoping I can get the painting finished this weekend, and then next Saturday, all it'll be is like dressing it. Like fitting the new light, making the furniture and putting the furniture up, and just doing all those bits and bobs. So that'll be exciting. The office will be finished next week. And then on the Sunday we're going over to my brother's for a roast dinner, which is lovely. So that's this week's plans, not a lot really. I think I'm in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which means I'll be home Thursday, Friday. So that's nice. We actually have no plans really in January, like no real proper plans, which is nice. We have actually booked a hike in for the following weekend, and yeah, it's just a chilled one in January. It always is, because no one's got any money or energy after Christmas. So I've just got changed out of my pyjamas and into my painting clothes from yesterday. I just wanted to show you the blind swatches that I got because they came yesterday and I'm just not sure on any of them, to be honest. I'm not going to rush into making a decision even though I want this room to be finished ASAP. These are the options that I went for. So I went for this one because it's got a brown pinstripe in, but it's just not the vibe. It doesn't give cigar room vibes. This is the other one I got, which I do quite like, but Tom doesn't really like it. So this is the main colour of the blind, and then this is the border, and I think that's how thick it would be as well. So it would just go all the way around the edge with that border. And then this is Tom's favourite, which I do really like, but it's navy, it's not brown. I'm just not sure it goes. It could break it up. I'm not actually sure if it actually might be black, which might be nice actually, because obviously all of our furniture is black, but I'm not sure if you can tell, it looks quite navy to me. Let me show you against the brown and you can see what you think. So here they are against the brown. Yeah, that looks navy to me, doesn't it? I'm just not sure that goes. I'm not sure any of them go. I think I might have to re-look again, to be honest with you. Without light. Yeah, it just looks too navy. Anyway, this is what the room looks like this morning. It's not focusing properly because obviously it's just all one colour, but I just need to do another coat on all the woodwork really, and I need to just tape around the edges so that I can do the skirting. But I'm very, very happy with it. I think it's going to look really good once I'm done. I'm really loving the colour. It's a really nice colour. Yeah, I think it will be nice once it all comes together. So I'm just going to put an audiobook and crack on and do that now. Tom's gone to do the food shop, and yeah, I'm going to start taping up around the carpet and pray for the edges of the carpet basically, that they don't end up brown. Okay, let's just interrupt our painting with a little interval. I'm currently watching Ellie Darby's latest vlog on YouTube on my iPad. She's just moved into the most stunning house I've ever seen, and she was just talking about the glasses, the blue light glasses that she was wearing, and it reminded me that I've actually ordered some and they've just been delivered. So I thought, let's show you. And also the ceiling rose has arrived, so let's look at that first, because that's the most relevant thing right now, isn't it? I really hope this looks how I want it to look. I'm just nervous. Big reveal. It's a little bit smaller than what I thought it was going to be, but actually I have to be very careful with it because I think it's just made out of polystyrene. Oh, it's quite sturdy actually. How beautiful is that? Absolutely stunning. So obviously I'm going to paint that brown and we stick it on the ceiling. So I think I might, do I paint it before we put it up? No, I'm going to paint it once it's up, I think. I'll get Tom to stick it up once he's back. And then, oh, I'm so excited. I think that's absolutely perfect. I'm going to put it back into the bubble wrap because I really don't want to break it. Obviously it wasn't expensive, it was only $15.99, but the detail on it is so intricate. Look at that. That's going to look stunning. Okay, fine, happy with that. And then obviously we've ordered our blue light glasses, and I think they're actually the same ones as what Ellie Darby's wearing in Everglade. They've been in my basket for ages and ages and ages. And I do wear glasses, prescription, I'm blind. I have to wear contact lenses or glasses. So the days that I'm wearing contact lenses when I'm going to the gym, but I just want some like, something to make my outfit look cooler, I could just put these on. What do we think? I think they're so cool. I look very like a secretary. I really like them. I think they were like £9 or something ridiculous. They were so cheap, but they're really nice. I like them. So I might wear those today. Anyway, back to the painting. I'm just doing the skirting. I'm just so nervous about the carpet. So I'm like, I've done like the smallest section right down to the carpet with the tape on, and I'm going to wait for that to dry and just see how it fares before I do the whole room, and then realise that the whole edge of the carpet is brown. I think that's the most sensible thing to do. And so I'm letting that dry, and I've moved on to the radiator. So the radiator is currently getting its second coat while I watch Ellie Darby. I'm just doing the skirting and it's just giving me the fear of life, but I'm just gonna have to go for it. And it by no means looks perfect because our house was built in the 1960s, right? So by this point, this house is 60 odd years old, and this skirting has probably never been replaced, and it's probably been painted 100 times. It is so lumpy and bumpy, but let's just be real, like, we're not all influencers that have perfectly fresh skirtings painted by a painter and decorator so perfectly. Like, I love my house, all of its lumpy bumpy skirtings. My house to me is what I dreamt of having when I lived in a flat that was the size of a shoebox. So I'm just so excited to live here, and I'm so excited that this house, that this room is now going to be an office. Anyway, I just wanted to give myself a bit of a reality check, but I'm going to end this vlog here because there's no way I'm going to get this finished today and my battery's about to die. So thanks for watching to the end. Come back next week to see it all finished, and please like, comment and subscribe, and I love you. Goodbye.